So welcome back to WhatGear for another camera comparison and contrast video, and today I'm looking at the Xperia XA, which is an entry-level phone from Sony, versus Samsung's entry-level phone, the Galaxy A3, which I use day to day as my work phone. So anyway, let's test these two cameras out. They do have different specifications, but don't base your opinion on the megapixels. Base it on the overall picture. Let me know what you guys think. Leave your comments in the description below, and I'm going to head off into the field for some more field tests. You want to go? So here is my first picture from the field. The Galaxy A3 has taken a very bright picture, very high contrast, which is quite pleasing to the eye, I must say. Now the XA in comparison has a lot more colour due to its lens and higher megapixel, and because of this it's picking out a much wider shot. Which photo do you think is better? Leave a comment below. Now here is a close-up shot taken on the XA, and the same shot here taken side by side at exactly the same time from the same spot on the Galaxy A3, and there's a definite difference. And check out this selfie taken on the Galaxy phone. Once again, it's a really bright photo and definitely pleasing to the eye, although I have to say it's made my face look quite chubby, which is not cool. Now the same photo taken on the XA, there's a lot less orange tint here. It feels like a much colder shot, and it was pretty damn cold, so it's pretty accurate. Which selfie picture in terms of colour, contrast, quality is more pleasing to the eye? Leave a comment below. Alright, so now I'm heading into the woods, and I thought I'd do a little walk and talk about this phone for you guys. I know this is a camera comparison, compare and contrast video, but I want to talk about the design on these two phones. So the A3 has the Super AMOLED screen on it, and I have to say, generally it looks a bit brighter than the Sony screen. The design is actually pretty nice as well. You've got this sort of chamfered edge, metallic, well it is metal, bezel, which is really nice. The camera on the back, you can see there, it kind of protrudes a bit. You got the mic and the flash on there. It does look pretty premium for the for an entry-level phone. I have to say, a lot of people have complimented me on the design of this one. I think it's pretty nice. It is pretty nice. The front facing shooter itself, 5 megapixel. The rear is 8 megapixel, which is not too bad for an entry-level phone. Sort of matte finish back here. It does feel really solid. Doesn't feel hollow at all. It's a nice phone. It does operate pretty quickly. Inside it's got the Snapdragon processor with Adreno, which is a sort of brand name when it comes to processors in phones. The Sony doesn't have those same processors, but it does have an octa-core, whereas this one only has a quad-core. As for picture quality and photograph quality, it's hard to tell looking at the two phones because the screens are different. The AMOLED and the IPS screen on the Sony. But I have to say, I do like the design of this phone. I think it's a 4.5 inch screen on it, so smaller. The sort of body to screen ratio is 60 something. And now let's take a look at the Sony Xperia XA and let me know what you think phone looks better in general. Alright, now this is the Xperia XA, and I have to say the design of this is really exceptional for an entry-level phone. Basically edge-to-edge, bezel-less screen there. I just had a look at the sort of screen to body ratio on the two phones. It's 65.5 on the Galaxy A3 and 71.8 on this, the Xperia XA. And I think going forward for most companies now, you're going to see lots of phones pushing the boundaries literally of the screen all the way to the edges. we're going to see lots of bezel-less phones, and this one, I have to say, I'm quite surprised they didn't sort of use this on their flagship, the XZ, or even the Xperia X. This design is exceptional. More screen as well. This is a HD screen. It's a 720 HD screen, which is higher pixel density than the Galaxy A3. But I don't know, maybe the AMOLED makes a bit of a difference, because I have to say the other screen looks just a little bit sharper. I'm not sure why. Might be to do with the backgrounds, the preset backgrounds. But anyway, let's look at the phone cameras. The front facing, interesting fact for you here, the front facing 8 megapixel camera on this can shoot HDR. The A3 cannot. And the rear camera is 13 megapixels, and it also shoots HDR as well. You can see it there. It's a great camera on an entry-level phone, I have to say. Although I have to say it does feel a little bit hollow in comparison. If you kind of tap around here on the back, it does feel a little bit hollow, but you can't complain. The amount this costs and the quality you get, you know, it's directly proportionate to what you're spending, and I think you actually get a lot more for your money with this phone. But let me know what you guys think of this design. It's got the dual SIM tray as well, forgot to mention that. Really easy access to that. Oh, and a dedicated camera button, which is sort of what we expect from Sony. They take a lot of pride in their cameras. You know, when you got a camera phone, you know what you expect it to do, right?
What do you expect me to do? Focus.
And I have to say, this focus is pretty fast as well with this intelligent autofocus. Maybe I should do some sort of videos to see how quick the two phones focus and see which one focuses quicker. I'll do that next.
Now here I was quite surprised to see that the Galaxy focused a little quicker. Impressive. Now let's do an audio test.
Tell them. Tell them. Alright, good, let's go.
So here are the last couple of shots I took on the way back to the car. This one from the A3 is quite dark, and pay attention to the detail in the clouds and the forest on the right hand side. The Xperia XA's version of the same photo has picked out a lot more detail in these conditions. But I want to know what you think, so leave a comment.
Alright, so that's it for this WhatGear camera comparison, compare and contrast video. Let me know which one you think won this competition. Which one did better in video, which one took better pictures, front facing and back facing. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit the thumbs up, subscribe, and you will be one of the finest subscribers known to man. And I'll see you in the next one. So don't be late.
So that's it for another WhatGear camera comparison video. If you enjoyed this, hit the thumbs up, and if you've just subscribed, that means you are now one of the finest subscribers known to man, and I'll see you guys in the next one, so don't be late. Oh, and don't forget to enter my phone giveaway competition that I'm running right now. The first link in the description below will take you right to that video where you can find out how to enter.